everybody.
Yes, we look alike. Yes. And
Good afternoon, everyone. It is National Look-alike Day.
If one more person asks us, do you guys dress together? Yes.
That happens a lot where we wear the same color by accident. This was not by accident.
This was not by accident.
We are intentionally bringing you National Look-alike Day.
Yes.
It's a holiday that gives identical twins an advantage, or people who just want to dress like each other.
Just want to dress each other. They say, you know, get your mood on, get your mojo on. They said it started taking place back in the 80s and when reporters in Pittsburgh saw a man who looked like Humphrey Bogart.
Yeah.
So they decided to do a story on him, the fact that he looked just like Humphrey Bogart.
Okay.
And now it's taken on a world of its own, and you and I are dressed alike today.
Why not?
Why not?
So
I think we look kind of cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, you look good in green.
Thank you. So do you. It was very interesting because I was like, Scott texted this morning, I'm wearing green, and I was thinking, well, what kind of green? And he wrote right back, Kelly green. But there are many different kinds of green.
Oh, absolutely.
You gotta get it right. Like if I had shown up in something else, though, a different kind, hunter green, we would not have matched.
We would not have matched.
Okay.
Anyway,
so this is your favorite video of the day?
You gotta watch this. It took place in Litchfield. Two bears fighting it out in the street. They're just literally like this car.
Wait, this is local, so this is Litchfield.
This is Litchfield. This is Litchfield. Do you believe this? Look at the bears. They're rumbling and tumbling in the street. They're like, no, she's mine. The doggone girl is mine. She's mine. Do you believe that this is happening?
This is
Look at this.
hysterical.
Look at they're actually fighting. Like put your dukes up.
Where's the third one?
There is the ladies in the
bears?
woods saying, geez, I wonder who's going to win.
They didn't like how the oatmeal was served?
This is in Litchfield on Route 254. Unbelievable. We want to thank the viewer for sending it in. Christine sent this in, so thank you so much for that. I just think it's unbelievable. I could watch it all day.
It's hysterical. So now, often, if you've watched shows like Gilmore Girls or anything else, you know, we get a bad rap in Connecticut sometimes of being snobby. And this is happening again because there's a career site and they have now ranked all the states in America.
Right.
And we are number 3, the third most snobbiest state in America. But what's really funny, Massachusetts was number 1, Vermont was number 2. What's really funny is how they did it.
Yeah, wine.
Wine and Ivy League schools.
Wine
like
and
the
Ivy League
percentage of
schools.
Ivy League schools and wine. And
Yeah. Well,
apparently we drink a lot of wine here.
Gallons, apparently. Like 19 bottles a year per person. I know it's just. Now, when I first got my job here, the reason why, do you remember, I don't know if you remember Steve Sabato.
Yes, of course.
Well, he was the gentleman who was
He hired me too.
He was interviewing me and he said, I don't really want to hire you. And I said, why not? He goes, you have a sense of humor. And I said, what does that mean? He goes, Connecticut doesn't have a sense of humor. He's like, they're not funny people. They're not fun people. I said, they have to have a sense of humor.
We are fun people, and we've been here a long time.
And we've been here a long time, so I think we got it right.
I don't think this little
snobby thing is right.
It's not helping us.
It's not helping us. So
okay, it's not true either.
I can't believe Massachusetts is number 1, I guess because of Harvard.
Ivy League schools and wine.
Okay, there you go.
That was the metric, okay? So, now, but here's the thing, just because you live near an Ivy League school doesn't mean you go to one. And if you did, lucky you. You don't have to be a snob.
You don't have to be a snob, right?
Okay. People around the globe have really been putting money away. They've been, ever since the pandemic has started, it doesn't seem like that when we keep talking about, and some people certainly have had very hard times, but those who were able to keep their job, they're saying they're just stowing the money.
It says many wealthier households were able to build up their savings because their incomes have not been affected by the pandemic, and they had nothing to do.
Right, they didn't spend money on dining, going out.
Entertainment, they had nothing. So what they did
travel.
was they took the money and they spent and they saved it. And apparently America is doing pretty good in terms of the saving. But again, this is classified for the wealthy people. I'm sure, you know, the everyday
well,
people
and wealthier,
working.
not necessarily millionaires, but wealthier above.
Wealthier, yeah, you're right.
So, but yeah, it's true. If you were lucky enough and you kept your job this year and nothing changed, certainly your expenses changed because other than groceries being more expensive, you weren't doing anything.
You weren't doing anything, exactly.
All right, so Nestle.
Yes.
Says that Americans are taking fewer coffee breaks and we're actually working longer hours since the beginning of the pandemic.
Okay, I agree
Probably because we have
that.
nothing else to do, so we work.
Just keep working.
And you're online, so you're like, I want to show my boss I'm working.
Exactly. You want to make sure you're in front of that screen the whole day.
So there's a new brand of, or rather a brand of coffee. It's organic. It's by Chameleon Organic Coffee.
Yeah.
And they want to pay 2 people to take more coffee breaks.
Okay, so each person will win a cash prize of $3,000.
That's a lot.
and a stash of Chameleon cold brew coffee. To enter, the company urges people to just take more coffee breaks and click on chameleoncoffee.com. All you have to do is put your email in there.
And then they pick at random by May 31st. So this is not like those other ones where they were going to buy you a beer and you had to tell them your firstborn and then go to Venmo. This is just go there and maybe you get $3,000 in coffee.
I think that would be absolutely fantastic. Let's sign up after the show.
Okay.
We'll sign up.
But if I win it, it's halfsies. And you too.
Okay.
We splitties?
If I win $1,500, if I win $3,000, I'll give you $2,000 and I'll keep $1,000.
Oh, you'll be even more generous?
I'll be even more generous.
You keep the coffee?
I'll keep the coffee.
Okay.
Or we'll give Jamie.
Oh, Jamie wants some money too. We'll share it equally.
We'll split. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Apple is hosting its first big product event of 2021. Now, one of these products, if it's true, is something I desperately need.
What is it?
It's like a tile where you stick it on something and you can find your keys.
I have this.
I have it, but it's the Apple's version, which is, it's called an AirTag. It's a Bluetooth locator that attaches and helps you find things like your cell phone, wallet, keys. Where are all of these?
The things that come in threes. But don't I have this?
Yeah, we each have a tile.
Okay.
That we got as a gift from our producer. But this is, who knows? It might be Apple's version. And then there's some other things that they might launch. It's anyone's guess, but it's going to kick off. It kicked off earlier.
You know what I did with my tile? I lost it.
You don't know where it is?
No, I know exactly where it is.
Okay.
It's in the bed stand. It's in the table next to my master.
Well, what you should do is you just, to be honest, I haven't hooked mine up either.
I haven't hooked it up.
But mine, I know where it is. But you just go online and you hook it up and then keep it where, like in your wallet, just in case you left it somewhere. It would then geolocate your wallet.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you put the part of the tile in the wallet.
You just put the tile in there, but you just sign it up online, and then if you
lose it, it shows
you can be like ding, ding, ding. It'll make a noise. Where are you?
Would you buy? I'm not into the electric cars.
I would love an electric car, but I've told you this before. My husband thinks that I will forget to charge it, and
and then you'll be stranded. When you go for a ride, you get like 300 miles, and then you got to plug it in.
I might need a hybrid. We got to ease into it. Okay, but Toyota's taking another step toward doing this. They're creating 15 new battery electric vehicles by 2025. There's all these.
That's a lot of cars.
That's a lot of cars. I mean, we're going to be doing a lot in 2025. Apparently, we can go to a hotel in outer space.
Okay.
Everyone's going to drive an electric car.
Oh, look,
this is only 4
nice.
years away.
These Toyotas are nice. I've never owned a Toyota in my life. Never of all the brands. I've owned several brands. I've just never driven a Toyota. I don't know why. Not that I don't like them. I just have never had an opportunity.
Owned one either, but I come from Detroit, so we don't.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I saw you driving your Buick yesterday. By the way, you ignored me.
I did.
Yeah,
I didn't see
when you drive, you are in a mode that like there is no other. And I'm like, I notice everything, like Dennis. We notice everything.
Because you guys are like shiny ball. Look at that. Look at this. Look at that. I'm focusing on getting to where I need to go.
Yeah, you're like this. Tunnel vision. So anyway.
All right. Diane von Furstenberg is collaborating with H&M, and she's launching a home line.
Which is cool.
The famous wrap dresses. I love Diane von Furstenberg. And she wants her fans out there to own it and take charge of their interior style. A lot of cool, bold prints, patterns, different colors, even her favorite scent called Amber. So far, it looks really fun.
And I think, Diane, if I'm not mistaken, you live here in Connecticut, and we would love to have you come on the show. So if you want to Zoom with us, we'd love to have you come on and talk about your new line of furniture.
I really love her, and I love all of her dresses, and I think this would be great too. You know what else? I read an article about her, and I think of her often when I'm someone who definitely needs my downtime, my alone time. Yeah. And she was interviewed, and she said that she gives herself 1 hour of solitude a day. It's literally in her schedule. And she said she's learned it's not a luxury, she requires it.
Isn't that incredible? I met her at a dinner party.
Oh, was she nice?
Yeah, I didn't, hello, how are you? I'm sure she won't remember, but I remember being at Diane von Furstenberg's dinner party.
Okay.
I don't know if it was at her house. It might have been at somebody else's house, but it was a long time ago. And I was like, I'm in the same room with Diane von Furstenberg. Oh, how lovely.
Next time, ask her about her wrap dresses.
I certainly will.
All right. Now, do you want to buy a town?
Schitt's Creek.
It's $2.7 million, and it's a tiny town in Nipton, California. There's only 25 people who live there, and it was supposed to be this cannabis destination.
Yeah.
But then nobody traveled, so it got foreclosed on. And now you can, but seriously, that actually doesn't sound like a lot of money.
$2.7
million for an entire town in California. California is usually expensive.
And do the 25 people come with the town? I mean,
well, you're going to own it and manage it.
30
Doesn't
years.
look like there's a lot out there.
30 years ago, this woman's husband bought the town hoping to revive it into a modern, green, and sustainable community. It doesn't look too green, Kara. It looks a little deserty. Well, I don't think too much is growing there. But there's a train that goes through, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's a diamond in the rough. Think what you could do with it.
$2.7 million. If you got the cash, why not own a town? That's the whole thing. The Schitt's Creek, the people owned the town.
Yeah.
And they had to go back there because it was the only thing that they owned.
The only thing they own. Yeah, why not? All right, so John Corbett.
I love John Corbett.
He played Aiden.
Yep.
Yes, boyfriend on Sex and the City. And he's going to be Aiden Shaw again in the reboot of Sex and the City. And I was reading an article, I don't know if he can still fit in them, but he saved all of his outfits from Sex and the City, he says.
That's just incredible. I remember him from Northern Exposure when he was on that show. And I was like, I think I'm in love with this man. And then he showed up. Look at him. Just handsome, nice, well down to earth guy.
I know, and then she went with
6'5", Kara.
Yes, and then she went with Mr. Big, but he was great.
She had a choice of two Mr. Bigs. He's 6'5". It's Mr. Big 1 and Mr. Big 2. So I'm looking forward to this. The only one who will not be back is Kim Cattrall.
Yeah,
she's not
Kim
coming
Cattrall's
back.
not coming back. And this will be a big event. Like, people will be watching this all over. There'll be Sex and the City parties. I can't wait.